What's up, guys? Mustafa, the Cardano guy here, and I've got another video. I used to do a lot of these videos, but I stopped, and now I'm trying to get myself to get back into it. It's a little bit hard, so bear with me as I get into the flow of making videos again. So today's video is all about how you can get involved with the Cardano community, and the title is "Become a Respected Member of the Cardano Community." The other day, I had a Twitter post. It got a bit of attention, and there was a lot of comments with the same question of how do I get involved with the Cardano community. I asked, if you're in Cardano and you aren't involved in community somehow, what are you even doing? And apparently there's actually a lot of people that are concerned about getting involved with the community but don't know how. So I decided to do this really brief video of some of the different ways that you can get started right away, getting involved with the community and making a difference. So becoming a respected member of the community, why should you do it? Well, first of all, the notion of community building as a decentralized economy is actually something brand new, never before seen in history. And by getting involved with this, you'd be one of the first people in history to do something like this. Never has there ever been a time in history where the concept of money is becoming decentralized and owned by the people themselves. Um, maybe when back when people used to barter for things, maybe that was considered a decentralized economy and there was a community around that. But ever since then, money's really been issued by governments, and no one really has any say of how much money should be in circulation, and what should the money be worth and things like that. So the notion of a community building in a decentralized economy is a completely new concept, and that's one of the ways you should get involved with this. The other thing is that it's one of the fastest growing, most active, cohesive, and powerful internet communities on more than one social media platform. So Cardano, it's not right now, it's probably not bigger than the Bitcoin or Ethereum communities, but it is way more active, way more powerful. I mean, if you look at some of these posts on Twitter that hate on Cardano, they completely get ratioed, they completely get annihilated. Every poll you see with Cardano in it, it gets completely ratioed. I mean, Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, himself asked the Ethereum community what they would want if Ethereum didn't exist. What should replace it? And the Cardano community came in and ratioed that whole poll. So like even the Ethereum community cannot even win a poll that is created for their own community. And that just shows you the power of the Cardano community and why you should be getting involved in something so big and so revolutionary. Also, growing a real world physical presence. So I'm actually in the process of, I have my own meetup group. There are a lot of meetup groups in Cardano. You can actually go to an actual in-person meeting. And I'm actually creating the United States East Coast Community Hub, where there'll be some higher level activities going on there. But if you want to get involved in actual real world stuff, this is the way to do it. Cardano, I think, has the best real world community as well. Becoming mainstream. So right now, Cardano is becoming mainstream. Get in early. So if you're part of the Cardano community, and you're like deeply entrenched in the community, you'll be getting in early, and people will be wanting to talk to you in public. People will be like, hey, you're in Cardano, can you tell me about Cardano? Because you were in there so early and the mainstream is catching on, you'll actually be prepared to handle new people coming in, and then people who just care about the same things you and I do. So we care about a decentralized economy, we care about fairness, equality, we care about giving everybody an opportunity, giving everybody banking, giving everybody a way to connect with the world, with the economy. And these are the things that are necessary for us to move from the old way of doing things to the new world, where there aren't central powers controlling every aspect of our lives. So there's real world economic growth and development. So Cardano is a fast, quickly growing crypto. So by getting involved, you can actually gain financially from it as well. So who should be getting involved? Not just technical people. artists, entrepreneurs, activists, politicians, anyone who wants something new and exciting, anyone who wants to change the world, anyone who wants to be part of something that actually is about the community. It's not just, a facade. It's actually a community. We're building it from the community and, from the inside out. So anyone who wants to be part of something big, wants to have a cause, a purpose, this is your place to be. So what kinds of involvement can there be? I actually created this post the other day. I said these are my 5 levels of Cardano community involvement, because a lot of people want to know, like, what does it even mean to be involved, right? Someone asked me that. So I said, level 1 is communicating, and I'll explain all of these in detail. Level 2 is staking, 3, voting and facilitating, 4, creative development, leadership, and ambassadorship. And level 5 is Charles Hoskinson. So you obviously aren't at that level, but communicating is the first level. That's where you're probably already there. You comment, like, and share on valuable content on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, etc., so that you can spread the word. Even if you don't have a lot of followers that care about what you're talking about or retweeting, at least the algorithm is now aware that this is important content and that it actually does spread it out to the right people. So, just by you retweeting it, you might have a huge following, you might not. It will actually cause the algorithm to give it to the right people who need to see it. You can also join Twitter Spaces, virtual summits, meetups, and chime in on the conversation. Actually, talk, actually see people and chime in on the conversation. Keep the conversation going, keep the conversation flowing. That's what we're all about. Sending feedback to developer community, Catalyst community, or any of your favorite projects that build on Cardano so you can help shape the systems that are being built. So anything you want to say about how the development of the Cardano ecosystem, the blockchain itself, can be voted on through the Catalyst community, and you can talk about it there. There's a forum there and everything. And if you don't care about that as much, you want to talk about things that are more interesting to you, well, then you can find a community that suits, you can find sort of a sub community within Cardano that suits your appetite. So you might be interested in DeFi. You want to join a DeFi community. You might be interested in NFTs. You want to join an NFT community. And within those communities, you really do have the power to influence and shape how things unfold and develop. So your ideas really directly impact everything. So communicating is the first level of community involvement. The second level is staking. So that means you buy and delegate your ADA to the choice of single or multi-pool operators. I'm indifferent on that, but your choice of single and multi-pool operators. You can alternatively also run your own stake pool if you have the time and necessary resources, but the easier thing to do, just delegate your ADA until you have your own stake pool up and running. But this supports the network and the blockchain's consensus mechanism. So that's a really good way to get yourself involved in that. The other aspect of it is you may want to delegate your ADA to multiple stake pools, not just one. That's the way I prefer to do it. I actually diversify across different stake pools. You could have a piece of it in an exchange pool. You can have a piece of it in a large multi-pool, or you can have a piece of it in a small single pool, however you want to do that. I'll do a later video on how to do that. Voting and facilitating. This is what I talked about with Catalyst. So Catalyst and Cardano's Catalyst is Cardano's experiment of creating a self-sustaining liquid democracy that requires no central authorities to make decisions on how to upgrade the blockchain, how to allocate the treasuries. So I'll actually do a separate video on this, but you can actually vote how the network is upgraded and how money is allocated from the treasury to different projects, to different parts of the blockchain, in order to develop the ecosystem. It's really cool. It's probably my favorite thing about Cardano right now. And it's also part of the big Voltaire upgrade that's coming up. Creative development, leadership, and ambassadorship. This is the 4th level. And this is where you're creating content like this. You're creating Twitter posts, YouTube tutorials, blogs, etc. That's one way of doing it. It's not, you don't have to go through this some people don't want to do that. Some people are better at developing. So they'll create, they'll support the development of the blockchain by submitting GitHub repos and things like that. There's You can create a DApp. That's a way to support the network. You can create your own DApp. You can create useful tools for the network and then share it with the world. So there's definitely a lot of ways to do that. And then there's leadership and ambassadorship. So there's actually a way to become a community advisor within Catalyst. You could become a mentor. You can grade and rate your proposals. They then go to voting. So if you're a leader, if you're someone who is a good you're an analytical person, you like to read proposals, business proposals and things like that, you're a business-minded person, you may want to take this route. There's also the ambassador program. There are leadership capacities in many different venues here. So there's, if you're an entrepreneur, you could even become a leader leading a team that directly impacts the growth of Cardano. So those are the four methods and the four ways of actually getting through, becoming actively involved in the community and becoming a respected member. Takes time, but you get in, you specialize in something, and you start to get recognition for that. So what if you started, you're gonna right away, you're just gonna make some new friends. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? You make some new friends. You help some people out. You make some money by staking, right? You make an impact on the future. So what I would like you to do now is start by joining the conversation on Meetup, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, Discord, whatever. Find a place where you can get in on a conversation, check it, join the conversation daily, right? Just become entrenched in there, get to know everybody. And I really like Twitter Spaces because you could just you can listen when you feel like you want to talk, you just talk. Right. I am my own meetup. So I facilitate a lot of meetings and things like that. And we have great conversations. It ends up being great. If you're interested in joining my meetup, just go to meetup.com, Cardano, Philadelphia. On Twitter, I write a ton of Twitter posts. I write maybe on average like 5 to 10 posts a day. You can follow me on Twitter and you can see what I'm doing and join the conversations that are happening within my Twitter posts, or you can, follow other people on Twitter and join their conversations, because the conversations on Twitter are very entertaining. And I recommend everybody should be on Twitter, at least in some capacity. You can start today by buying some Cardano and staking it to your favorite stake pool. There's plenty of tutorials on how to do that. If you want me to do a tutorial, I'll probably do one on how to do like a multi-pool delegation, something like that. Just be sure to follow my content, so when it comes out, you have it. Join Idea Scale. That's the Catalyst proposal sort of forum where you can read about the different business proposals that are coming out on Catalyst that are being funded and voted on. You can do that. You can comment. You can register to vote there. You can become a mentor, advisor, or ambassador. So you can start right now, like literally right at the end of this video, you can start. I recommend start by following me on Twitter, follow my content. I'm putting out a bunch of new content every day. So hopefully this video helps you get a better understanding of how you can really get involved in the community, because a lot of people are saying to themselves and to me, hey, I'm holding. Is that good enough? No, it's not good enough. You need to do something that's a little bit more involved than just holding. Holding doesn't really help anyone. It might not even be helping you. Right? You actually should probably at least stake your holdings so that you can earn some yield on that and support the network's consensus mechanism at the same time. So it's a win-win. You can't go wrong with that. Right? And join Idea Scale, join Twitter, join the conversation, and then you're off to the races. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.